Well, Graham, good draw at Forest Green Rovers last weekend. What's the mood been like on the training ground this week?
Yeah, it's been good. What we wanted last weekend, the response from the Salford game, a bit more show, a bit more fight. Wanted to make sure the out intensity, like I said, squeezing the pitch up high and getting at them, not inviting teams on, good teams on, and it was vital that we did that, and because you're seeing the qualities of what Forest Green can offer and the players have got on the pitch, and any team, if you sit off them, are going to cause you problems. So it was, thankfully, like I said, we showed what we're about, and the lads showed that still got that fight in them.
And I mean, it was a little drought before last weekend for Omar Bogle, wasn't it? But he got himself back on the score sheet. He's been a bit of a spring in his step this week.
He's always a spring in his step. He's Omar's. He's a lot of smiles, a lot of energy on the training field, and he stays back and he's constantly shooting. Sometimes you're trying to pull him off. He wants to score goals, and thankfully, like I said, he got himself in the right place, right time. But then fantastic pass by Crawford to pick him out, and like I said, thankfully he's slotted home and he gets on a goal sheet, and hopefully that'll continue.
Obviously, you got a quick turnaround this weekend, but you've had a couple of days on the training ground. What do you do? We've spoken about not necessarily having the playoffs to go for and being safe in League Two. Do you do anything different to kind of get the players up?
Well, last week was all about what we lacked. This week's about keeping that same intensity, but we still want them to smile, want them to enjoy the back end of the season, and still with the intensity we want in the training sessions, we'll try and make them a little bit more interesting for them, a bit of fun, a bit of competitive, a bit of competitions with each other. But no, look, the same intensity, we're still going at it. We still want to make sure that they're ready and know we're not switching off, so we'll keep doing that from now to the end of the season. And like I said, no one enjoys like the Salford game, and we've got to make sure we're from now to the end of the season we're putting performances in more like the Forest Green one.
You enjoyed a really good home record up until the Bradford game was just the first defeat last month, wasn't it? How important is it to kind of get back into the habit of making the Super Direct Stadium a fortress? Yeah,
like it's massive for us, but it's also the fact that there's 4,000 or 5,000 fans there, and they want to be entertained and they want to see the team fighting and running and competing. And if we do that, then we know there's quality in the team that we can then start causing the other team's problems and hopefully score a few goals. And we want to, I keep saying it, we want to enjoy it, but you have to do the hard work first and you have to do all the fight, and tomorrow would be no different. The team flying in the league, they come at you with energy and good players going forward like most, but they're fighting their one automatic promotion. So we've got to be on it, but we've got to make sure, like you said, first and foremost, our performances reflect that we're still fighting and chasing as many points as we can.
Shall I get a klaxon out or something? It's the weekly contract question. Any closer to any more deals being done?
Yeah, look, we've had more meetings, but yeah, we are. Look, things are getting closer. They are, and like I said, it is frustrating and slow, and you've seen in January with people we're bringing in, questions were asked early in January, but in the end we got there, and I'm hopeful we will again.
And I'm guessing you probably won't get involved in the financial side of things, but do you, to keep hold of certain players, are you kind of selling the project now? They know what you're all about, but are you selling what you want to do moving forward?
Yeah, I'm constantly speaking to players, and like I said, with what we're trying to do, where we're trying to achieve, where the club's going, what we're trying to do here at the training ground regarding the pitches and developing the place. So we're moving in the right direction. We've got a new kit sponsor next year. The kit, everything's going up a level, and we want the team to do the same. So yeah, I'm on the messages to the players and trying to give them little intrigues and what we want to do and what we're trying to achieve. Players see that, they see how we work, what we do, and you can see they're on board. It's just like I said, we just need to get them final little pieces of the contracts hopefully agreed, and we can start smiling a bit more.
And I mean, the club was awarded a six-figure sum for over the Luca Murphy debacle, shall we say, from a couple of years ago. It was well before your time, but I'm guessing you'll be hoping that can boost the transfer kit a bit, won't you? Yeah,
look, I know there was a lot of gone into how the fight to try and get the compensation that they were being rewarded. So yeah, hopefully, look, it benefits the club either way. So that's the main thing. It's I don't, like I said, it was well before my time, but I've obviously over the recent months I've heard that it's been going on, but it's nice to get it sorted, and like I said, the club get what they were expected.
While we're on the subject of recruitment and everything else, is that head of recruitment role pretty much done now? Are you hoping that?
Yeah, he's agreed. It's just there's a notice period he has to work for his other club, and he's look. Thankfully, he lives not far from me, so when he's out of the hours of his other job, he can sit and talk to me in my house till all hours of the night at the moment. So, well, yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
Two matters on the pitch then. Port Vale. I looked at the record earlier. Won 7 of the last 8.
Oh yeah, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
It doesn't get any easier. Let's put it that way.
No, look. I feel so the last probably month or two it's been someone in around the top 3 or pushing for the top 3 or so it's been challenges, but like I said, we want to go and put ourselves against these challenges because it gives us a good marker where we want to be, where we want to go. They're on a fantastic run, and that reflects that they're 3rd in the league and they're fighting for that automatic spot. It's like, thankfully, hopefully we'll see Darryl Clark alongside with them tomorrow at some capacity. Fantastic lad from a player for Hartlepool, but he's a good friend of all ours, and he's been through a tough time. So I'll be more hopeful that we can see Darryl with us.
And will you be looking to continue that rotation? We saw it last week with Nicky dropping out and Marcus Carver starting and the likes. Is that something you could look to do?
Yeah, look. There's a few niggles and injuries this week. It's been, like I said, a long slog. Managing bodies from what they've lads, especially lads who've been here from last season. So there's a few issues going into games. So I might be limited what I can and can't do. So at the moment we're going to assess bodies today and see what we can get out on the field. So there might be a few changes, there might not be a few changes. I'll just have to assess the bodies today.
Of those bodies, can you give us any clues? Or are you keeping your cards close to your chest?
And then I'll be giving Port Vale all the clues, won't I? So, there's a couple of niggles. Joe Gray's struggling a little bit, and Nicky's struggling a little bit as well. So we have to just try and assess them all today. And
you mentioned last week these players that when you have rotated, they're the ultimate competitors who want to be playing every game. Is that one of the tricky parts of a manager, those balances?
It's brilliant. The players want to play and they'll get frustrated when they don't. It's trying to get that message that it's only for certain reasons, not for performances based on different things. We're trying to look at people we're trying to build for next season. I need to get a clear picture where we want to go, but every single player wants to play games, so that's brilliant for me. But sometimes you've got to understand where we come from, and as long as they're taking the right way and ready to go again, then fantastic.
I just wanted to finish on something a bit more personal to you that's come out this week with Mickey Byron and Ian Clark involved in the game for your wife Gemma. That must be a pretty amazing gesture for you.
It's 2 top lads. Like I said, I've played with both Hartlepool, become real good friends with them, but no, for what they're doing for this game, it's fantastic. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to try and lose a couple of pounds from now till the beginning of May to try and get on that pitch. But no, look, it's an exciting what they're doing and what it means for me and the family, and what it could raise for us. It's it's vital, really. But for them to do that, and the names who are putting themselves down to come down, it's so I'll be forever grateful for them all.
And I'm guessing you'll be looking for plenty of poolies to come out and back you on that day.
Yeah, look, I would love everyone to come down and enjoy the game and see some familiar faces and some faces you probably built over the years as well. So, yeah, come down. Hopefully everyone will enjoy the day. I'm sure we will. And it'll be, like I said, something we can enjoy.
He's saying there's a couple of lads with struggling with injuries. You're hoping that Luke Molyneux was back training this week. Has that been the case?
He's going to. No, unfortunately, he's been doing running and he's had no reaction. So he'll be on there. He'll join in training today for just a bit part. So it won't be for the game today, but maybe it's Monday if he gets through the training sessions alright and no one kicks him in that area.
That even just be as part of the squad. Nice to have him back in.
It would, yeah. It's just nice getting back in the training field. So it's good, and like I said, it brightens you all up when Luke's back on the pitch.
You're saying quite a few times about handing out opportunities and things. Jay Cole's one that you mentioned. Would Nicholas Bilakapic be one as well?
Yeah. Nick's. There's again. We talk about niggles. Nick's got a niggle and Ben's got a niggle. So as it works out, but no, Nick's in the thoughts for one of the games this week, and definitely, and the same with Jay Cole.
How much significance do you put on the Easter weekend? I know obviously safe and everything like that, and probably in that mid-table area. But as a player or now as a manager, 2 games quick succession, it's always felt as though it's an important.
It was. It's. I think with Hartlepool had promotion in this weekend, and other teams when I've had a promotion, it's come on this weekend. Is the 2 games right at the back end of the season, which them 6 points are vital. We want to go in. We want to make sure we try and get points, and 6 points would be fantastic going in. We want to show a bit of character and fight that we're not finishing the season off thinking it's all done. We want to get as many points as we can.
Touch on it a little bit there about Darryl Clark. I don't know if he's going to be in the dugout or not tomorrow, but a particular message for him. I know you touched on it before. Weeks ago.
I love Darryl. He's been, like I said, since coming in here as a player, he was just a character. What you get attracted to is a personality that it's infectious, his personality, and you can see why he's a successful manager because of the energy he brings and what he'll give in the fight. And he's been through a tough time, and like I said, my thoughts and prayers have been with him all the time, and we've had a few little bits of contact in the thing, and even in his tough times he still asks about Gemma and sends his love. So he's just a great man, and like I said, I'd be delighted if we can get him on the touchline tomorrow.
He's doing a pretty good job, isn't he?
He's doing a fantastic job. He is, like I said, let's give him a stumbling block tomorrow, but then out of all the people and players, I'd love Darryl to go on and get promotion.
On the contract front, you're saying there close to a few things. I know last week you said that there's ones perhaps a little bit unrealistic. At what point do you, maybe, I don't want to say accept defeat, but perhaps plan going forward?
I'm planning, no matter what. I'm planning and looking. Like I said, there's a couple of players who look like they want to wait till the end of the season to see what the options are, and we've given them what are, in my eyes, fantastic offers. So we'll do that. There's other ones who are close and we're negotiating with, and we're not far off. So it is what it is. It's hard, but I'm planning with these lads and I'm planning without these lads, and we have to do that. And like I said, I'd be delighted to get every one of them signed up, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. So we'll keep pushing our end and keep seeing where we can get to. But yeah, there's plans in place and process in place where I'm looking and making sure that if something doesn't happen, something happens the other way quite quickly.
And in terms of that 6-figure sum as well, the compensation, I suppose you can add the cup money as well. You often see, you might see fans will be like, oh, let's put the money in that. It's not as straightforward as that though.
No, it's never straight. Look, the chairman, and they've got the club in a fantastic place, and we have to appreciate that. There's budgets there. We've sat down, we've gone through things, and we, like I said, it's the cup runs and everything can only benefit the club, and this compensation can only benefit the club going forward. But it's like, yeah, there's budgets there to make sure this club keeps moving forward, and that's the main thing.
I mean, I suppose there's got to be a balance between, yes, you want to keep a certain player, but you can't be disrupting the...
Look, you know what's fine. Well, you go break and spend too much on one, then the next player comes in and expects the same. So look, we have to manage the squad and the players and the budget and do the right things. But no, we're in a good place, and like I said, there's plans in place to make sure we get, if we get once we won over the line here, brilliant. If we don't, there's plans in place.
Go on, thank you.